Hello, everyone. It is me again. I wanted to address an issue, and that issue is something I've been keeping a secret. I've been keeping this secret for 2 years, and I have been keeping. Hold on. I've been keeping this secret because I wasn't exactly positive about what was going on. And if any of you watched my videos, you have my video of Meet My Special Someone. And we planned to get married. We planned so many things, and I give readings all the time on this, and I'm really, really good at giving advice and not taking it. But there's been some new developments, and those developments are that after 2 years of secrecy and 2 years of unbelievable devotion to this person, our relationship has come to a halt at this point. And it pains me to say this because there's a lot of things that are left unsaid, and a lot of things that um, this is actually a lot harder than I thought it would be to say, but normally people would stop and think that they did something wrong. And if standing up for yourself is wrong, but with that being said, our relationship has finally come to the halt and end, whether it be for now or permanently. And I myself am left wondering, what did I do? Or what could I have done that was different? Or the truth is, at a time like this, there's really only one way to end things, and that's on a good note. Even though we planned for a wedding and planned for a future, planned for flowers, and even started buying stuff for a wedding, if things happen and things change and people change. And it's part of life. You have to face those facts. And no matter how hard they are to face, no matter how much you love that person or that you ever loved that person, sometimes, like I said, things happen and we may not understand them, we may not get them, but you can't help, even if it is a confusion or if it's real, you can't blame anybody, especially when it wasn't seen coming on one person's part, not the others. So, my advice is cry it out until you just can't cry anymore, until you feel cold and numb. It's okay to do that. And um, hold on. Um, I've been talking all week about Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde, like no matter like how much I wanted to put off that it was just an act. It was just, it didn't mean anything. And I've been telling everyone, warning everyone that Mercury retrograde can cause breakups and splits and fights and miscommunications and heartache. Normally, I'm pretty good around Mercury retrograde because I watch it and I watch what I say and I keep my emotions in check. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to obviously hold it back or hold myself together, even to do this live feed to work. But I'm not going to badmouth anyone because that's not my style. Um, I'm not gonna talk poorly of anybody. I just I don't have anything negative to say, no matter how much pain I'm in or how I feel or me not understanding what happened, and neither one of us even understand it. Just it happened, and it sucks the way that it went down, and it is definitely a hard pill to swallow. And it's in times like this that when you're in a relationship and things go bad, the woman is left thinking, I could have been better, could have been thinner, I could have been prettier, I could have been more than what I am. And unfortunately, unfortunately, during this time, that is how I feel. And I know that I shouldn't feel that way. And I know that I should be very thankful and grateful for the past 2 years. And I am, because I never thought I would ever commit to somebody the way that I did. And I did. And it's okay. It's okay. It's a lesson that must be learned. But it taught me something. It taught me that I can commit and I can be happy for a change. That I can be accepted for who I am. And it is honestly one of the most heartbreaking things. Like, I physically feel pain. Um, it is one of the love is one of the strongest emotions anybody could ever feel, and then loss is the second. When you combine those two, it can be pretty powerful. And when you don't have anybody that you could turn to talk to about these things, because everyone they know, and you don't want to overstep any boundaries. Um, and just breathing is painful. I won't lie, it's painful. And I mean, eventually you could end up being friends with that person. Um, and I'm not looking for sympathy or anything. I just wanted to. I mean, I advertised the relationship on here many times, and I feel like I've been hiding things from people for so long that I don't want to do it anymore. And I wish him happiness, and I wish him to be okay and to have everything he wants, because That's all that I want. Like, I'm wearing like dirty, stained up, rowdy clothes. I've been miserable all day, and this is just kind of something that females go through when they're in pain or they're heartbroken. I've said many a times that if I didn't marry him, I wasn't gonna get married, and I meant that. And not saying that it's over for good, not holding on to maybe he'll come back. Um, I, uh, I, I don't want to hold on to anything because that's one thing I'm taking away from my 2 years with him. And I've known him for 15, but knowing someone for so long and then trying a relationship, um, and then it just kind of falling apart. I mean, it is a risk, and I don't regret anything. I don't. We had a lot of really great times, a lot of trips. We had a lot of plans. We had really good memories. So I don't regret it. Not at all. And I wouldn't do anything different. And the reason why I wouldn't do anything different is because of the fact that I learned something about myself. Yeah, I could be a complete witch with a capital B. I could be crazy and bipolar at times, but there is a reason. And I don't want other people to think that it's wrong to cry or to hurt because you don't know what that other person feels either. But I will say this: I will never allow myself to be close to someone like that again. I had, I dated this man when we were younger. We were 18, 19. But I had always, like, we didn't last very long because I didn't put up with the crap. And I got older and I realized some things are just not worth fighting. And I, I just think that the way it ended sucked and ended with public humiliation. It ended with probably jokes, finger pointing. I mean, you don't know how it ended on the other side, but then when it is official and it comes from that person directly to you, and I'll read one or two of my messages. So you guys can kind of get the grasp of like what I mean by it's okay. Like we're friends. Like it's okay. It's gonna take some time, but it's okay. Um, One of the things said was, "Did you did you ever did you or have you stopped loving me?" And the answer was no, which would be for me too because I'm not ever gonna stop. I always have. Another thing was, look, we can be friends. I always love that one. And then right here, I'm sorry, but I am with in the person's name, and I'm not fucking around with no one. I do love her in many ways, and I am about to be home. I don't want to be a dick. And then it was, this is the one that it got. Look, I am sorry how this ended, but it happened, and I don't really know myself where it came from. Those are some of the strongest, hurtful, but yet simple words that any woman could ever hear. And so, my message to everyone is don't ever look back in a negative way on things you've gone through in your life. And there's a lot of things I could say that I've learned from the relationship. A lot. And I'll say this. I will carry I will carry these rings with me as a reminder that for the that for the first time in my life, not only was I wanted, but that at one time in my life, a man loved me enough to make me his. So, with that being said, we will not discuss this matter anymore. I may not wear these rings. I may just carry them with me, or I'll wear them on my finger. I don't know yet. But I know for me that it signified that somebody accepted me for who I was, and that I accepted them. And every woman, when they're a girl or when they're a young teen, they dream about their dream wedding. And I always dreamed, always dreamed of the guy I would marry. And when I was 18, I met him. And I made a promise to myself that if I didn't marry that man, I wouldn't marry anybody. And I meant that promise. And so when our relationship ended the first time, I made it look so easy. I walked away. But this time, knowing that he's telling another woman just 2 days after an argument that he loves her and living with her, and calling her baby, and has the kids that I've known since they were babies be called hers, like living the life that we planned, has got to be one of the worst feelings I've ever felt. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop loving this person. I can't just stop. I can't stop. It's not possible. I've tried. I've tried. I tried since I was young. But no matter what, we're always there. Always, always, always there. So I guess, my main messages is don't ever let somebody make you feel like you're wrong or that you're not good enough or don't get all, I'm gonna get my revenge. That's not gonna get you anywhere. It's, a woman can only try to be what her man wants, and if she can't do it, then it's okay. And I'm still young, and he's still young. There's no telling what tomorrow holds. But I know it sounds weird coming from me because of the readings I get, but it's just to say, I mean, there's no matter what, I'll always be there. I'll always be there. He'll know where to reach me, and he'll know where to go, and he'll know. He'll know. He'll know where to find me. And he would be he would find me. I mean, it's a small town. And I don't know anybody. So, it's more he would find me. Or when I go to town to take my daughter to the doctor, I'm gonna see him. But the love you have for someone, it is a true love. It never, when you have a connection like that, it doesn't die. It doesn't go away. It just sits there. And there's that old saying, if it's meant to be, it would be if you let it go and it comes back. And I can't tell you how many times I've done that, and it's come right back. And I know I probably sound like I'm ranting and crybaby, and I I just I don't want it to stop. I just I keep repeating myself because I don't have any words. But I'm just sitting here and I'm looking at my dresser with my wedding bell in it, which I guess I can show you guys. Let me show you. I'll show you my wedding bell that I purchased, and it is something that we picked out together. And it smells like um this is this is it. Like we had plans, and they're gone. So now I have a reminder of what could have been. And then for our 1 year anniversary, I went and purchased him a star on November 16th, 2017 was our 1 year anniversary. And it's named after him. And I put on here, just like you are the light in my darkest of times, the star will be the light on your darkest of nights. I love you always, Snuggle Bear, which was my nickname. And he had a copy, and I have a copy, and don't even know if he still has his copy, but it's it's hard. It's hard. There's lots of pictures of him and memories, and things he gave me, like this really beautiful pearl necklace that damn chain kept breaking. So I put it on an elastic band I could wear it around my wrist, and our engagement ring. And so yeah, that's that. That's that. So I don't know anymore. I it's really interesting, and all the memories, the physical things you have. My wedding plans were in here. Our wedding plans were in here. We talked about having barbecue and 4 wheelers, mudding, and live music. We had it all planned out. And in less than 2 weeks, it's gone. So that is the big deal, I don't want no one to think that, I'm just trying to get attention here or anything. And I when I when the female's not ready to let go, it takes a little while because I always promised. I made a promise to him and a promise I wouldn't just give up when times got hard. But it's not hard anymore. He's not here. He lays in bed with another woman every night. So, like I said, it's about as gone as it could be. And I used to think I wasn't good enough. But people go through breakups all the time and end up right back together. It's not because they're stupid. And I can't be jealous. I, I can't be jealous that he's living our dream with someone else. But that's it's okay. It's okay. I'll always, always love him.